Hi. Trying to switch. Okay. Is it better? Wait. Okay. Dr. Amir is here. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are
Good
you?
evening, Dr. Amir.
Okay, how are you doing?
Fine. How's there? How's everyone doing there? How's the MCO there?
So far okay. Kita menunggu nak beraya dah ni.
Nak beraya.
Nak
Nak beraya
beraya.
berhari raya ya. Kalau di Indonesia
Berhar,
berhari raya.
berha, berhari raya di rumah.
Well, before we start our discussion, I would like to say hi to some of our colleagues here. Mbak Made, apa kabar? Dr. Andremon, apa kabar?
Andre
Malam
pun ada
ini?
juga tu nampak tadi.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me this evening. I know that you're so busy and giving us, like, some of your time to
Yeah, no
discuss.
problem.
Yeah, okay. Well, guys, as I mentioned before that tonight we're going to discuss with Dr. Amir about how to manage our colleagues in frontline in the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, um, we have to admit that this pandemic is so massive, right, Dr. Amir? The impact on social and emotional and mental as well, and of course, health workers also cannot be avoided from it. That's why we
Yep.
need to discuss more about this, and we should discuss more about how to provide due attention to our health workers.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, Before we start, I would like to tell our audience probably a story how about how we met, right? Well, actually, um, I attend an overseas course on Shanghai, right? And we had a small discussion, and I was so blown away with the way Dr. Amir explained a very complicated things become so clear and simple. So I think it's a privilege right now for us to discuss more with Dr. Amir. Okay, so without further ado, we will start the discussion, and I think some of our colleagues already here. I think we can explain about pandemic. What is pandemic first, right, Dr. Amir? Can you explain
Yeah.
more what is actually the pandemic
Yeah,
thing?
so I think untuk kawan-kawan kita daripada Indonesia, welcome, and also it's very nice to have you all here.
Hmm.
Ini satu aktiviti baru ya, kita tengah buat IG live.
IG
Saya
Live.
saya selalu melihat sahaja Dr Santi membuat IG live-nya ya. Kalau boleh saya masuk kat belakang senyap-senyap pun boleh, tapi sekarang ni dia nampak aja dia terus wave kan, saya pun rasa malu nak masuk pun dah takut. Tetapi I think before we begin in terms of pandemic, ia adalah satu perkataan yang kita selalu tak dengar. Sebelum ni kita
Hmm.
pernah dengar perkataan endemic dan epidemic.
Right.
Tetapi pandemic merupakan satu perkataan yang tak sering digunakan dalam istilah wabak. Ya. Biasanya
Hmm.
kalau endemic tu di satu tempat yang kecil, epidemic mungkin di satu negara, tetapi bila pandemic tu dia melibatkan seluruh dunia. Dan
Hmm.
the call for pandemic ada implikasi yang agak unik, di mana ia membolehkan negara-negara untuk melakukan preventive control macam kita berada di sini ya, di mana kita block borders. So
Hmm.
kawan-kawan daripada dalam tak boleh keluar dan kawan daripada luar tak boleh masuk ke dalam. Dan
Hmm.
negara-negara yang merasakan bahawa dia ada banyak problem dengan COVID, dia pun akan block borders juga. Dan
Hmm.
yang saya faham, isu ini boleh dilakukan tanpa apa-apa implikasi ya dari segi keuangan apabila
Hmm.
dah dikategorikan sebagai pandemik oleh the World Health Organization. Kalau tidak, kita kena faham bahawa ada beratus-ratus kapal terbang nak masuk keluar contohnya. Maka kalau dia tiba-tiba tutup border, banyak kerugian di situ. Tapi bila dikategorikan sebagai pandemik, maka dibolehkan untuk semua negara bertindak dengan lebih agresif untuk mengekang ataupun mengawal wabak di negara masing-masing. So itu beza dia antara pandemik dan epidemik dan endemik.
So di Malaysia, you guys do the MCO, right?
Yes, so kita di Malaysia we don't have a lockdown. Kalau kita tengok di negara lain, istilah dia adalah lockdown. Kita punya istilah adalah movement control order, ataupun dalam bahasa Melayunya perintah kawalan pergerakan. Maknanya dia merupakan satu akta di dalam negara Malaysia yang membolehkan Kementerian Kesihatan untuk memanggil darurat lah, lebih kurang macam darurat ataupun darurat terkawal bagi mengawal wabak ataupun masalah kesihatan yang melanda negara. So dalam konteks di Malaysia ini, kita panggil ni sebagai MCO ataupun PKP, yang merupakan satu akta yang sedia ada dalam kita punya policy, di mana Kementerian Kesihatan yang merupakan dia punya tunjang, orang kuat dia untuk membolehkan negara kita berada dalam situasi yang ada. Tetapi kita kena faham bahawa seperti di Indonesia, bila perubatan yang terlibat, kita kawal dari isu kesihatan. Tetapi seperti yang kita lihat di Malaysia dan juga negara luar, Indonesia saya rasa belum sampai lagi tahapnya, di mana bila kita mengawal dari segi isu kesihatan, kita lupa bahawa ada isu-isu lain mungkin, ekonomi contohnya, dan berbagai-bagai lagi. So kita kena balance between the economic impact of our action dengan the health impact. Tetapi dia punya logik adalah kalau satu negara dilanda dengan wabak, tak ada ekonomi dah. So we have to protect our people, and then hopefully when our people are protected, then if the economy slows down, we can all work together to build the economy. Tetapi if you have no more people, then there's no economy. So, exactly. But at the same time, to be fair, Santi, I was thinking about this, because selalu Dr Santi dengan kawan-kawan dia selalu mengejek saya, mengatakan bahawa saya ni ada apa dipanggilnya banyak kawan-kawan di tempat tinggi. Tetapi dalam konteks MCO atau PKP ni, saya pun tak nak jadi orang tinggi untuk make the call, because it's a very tough call. Kalau kita tutup semua, kita lockdown dengan lama, maka ekonomi akan terjejas, rakyat akan tersiksa. Tapi kalau kita buka dengan terlalu awal pula, nanti rakyat akan sakit. So memang pening kepala kalau siapa yang terpaksa membuat pilihan tu. Nasib baik bukan saya, dan saya pun tak terlibat langsung dengan benda ni. Saya cuma membantu, memberi sokongan sahaja.
Pasti
so, totally different.
I think saat ini tidak ada hal yang mungkin tepat ya, like terlalu banyak, so many things change. Jadi memang apa yang diambil keputusan dari Kementerian Kesehatan itu pasti akan sangat sulit gitu, karena so many uncertain things happens right now. Jadi memang kita perlu dynamic dalam memberikan treatment atau memberikan peraturan ya, supaya kondisinya memang betul-betul tepat gitu. That's so, I think as you mentioned before, it's so tough.
Tapi the good thing, Santi, is Malaysia only has 2 islands. And they have 2 big islands. Tapi di Indonesia, when I look at the land mass, it is a real challenge in terms of delivering PKP ni. Kalau kita paksa di-deliver kan, perintah kawalan pergerakan ni, nak kawal satu Indonesia supaya dia duduk rumah diam-diam, 300 juta rakyat Indonesia. OMG. Saya rasa mungkin payah dan parah juga untuk pemerintah.
So tough. And lately we have a new hashtag right now, Indonesia Terserah. Do you know what it means, Indonesia Terserah?
Baca Indonesia berserah aja.
No, it's Indonesia Terserah mean Indonesia whatever. because lately people, since they have They have so many things to do before Ramadan, before Idul Fitri. They need to go to the department store. You need to go to buy everything, the groceries, things. So they don't obey the rule of physical distancing.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
It's very
it's,
challenging.
the mall is so packed with people. So there's a new headset right now. So trending right now in Indonesia. Indonesia terserah, wherever Indonesia.
Ini macam yang kita, ini yang macam masa kita ingat tak masa kita terlibat dengan banjir di Jakarta.
Yes. Yes.
Di mana warga Jakarta pun marah dengan mayor ya. Dia pun ada
Yeah,
hashtag baru ya.
yeah, yeah. You had that experience, right? The Jakarta
Oh
banjir.
my god. Nasib baik boleh balik ya.
Iya, iya, iya. Thank you. Bisa kembali ke Malaysia. Okay. Now let's proceed to our discussion about the effect of the psychological from the pandemic.
So okay, so I think just before we begin, Santi, just to remind me again, di Indonesia sekarang adakah you in a lockdown ke tidak?
Well, we don't call it lockdown. We call it physical distancing and stay at home. But
Okay.
some of the flights we still have some flights and public transportation running. Yeah.
Okay, so economic activity is still running.
Yeah, but it's changed drastically, but still running. Yeah, some of the.
Right. So I think first to begin with, our experience di Malaysia in terms of the psychological impact, dia ada beberapa. The first one, if I remember, so this is interesting. Kita punya isu MCO ataupun PKP yang berlaku baru lebih kurang 2,5 bulan yang lalu. Tapi rasa macam lama sangat yang berlalu. Padahal baru 2 bulan setengah. Because 3 bulan lepas saya berada di Indonesia bersama dengan kamu. So, 3 bulan kemudiannya kita dah dalam keadaan macam ini. So, benda ni berubah dengan agak cepat. Dan yang kita nasib baiklah di Malaysia at least, pemerintahnya melihat daripada segi apa yang berlaku di China dan juga apa yang berlaku di Itali. So apabila kita melihat di Itali di mana Lombardi di mana tiba-tiba ada peningkatan kes dengan mendadak dan masa itu dia punya health services terlalu overwhelmed to the point that dia collapse, maka kita mengambil keputusan apabila kes meningkat disebabkan ada satu kluster besar di Kuala Lumpur, kita buat MCO. Dan saya rasa masa itu ramai rakyat agak sedikit marah. Tetapi dalam masa seminggu melihat kes semakin lama semakin meningkat, rakyat baru berterima kasih akan action yang diambil oleh pemerintah tersebut. Tetapi semasa itu dia punya isu dari segi kesihatan mental ataupun psikologi ini lebih kepada isu seperti kita mengalami satu kehilangan. Because bila kita mewartakan MCO, dia berlaku dalam masa 24 jam. Contohnya malam ni dikatakan kita akan lockdown, contohnya 2 hari kemudian. Kita ada 1 hari je esok untuk selesaikan apa yang perlu diselesaikan. Lepas tu tiba-tiba macam perintah berkurung. So semasa itu kita punya perasaan secara psikologi ni yang saya tulis sebelum ni pun, dia macam kita kehilangan autonomi kita. Maka seperti kita berkabung juga kehilangan kawan, saudara dan sebagainya. Pada minggu pertama 2 tu kita dalam keadaan terkejut. Itu sebab mereka kadang-kadang ingat kita ni macam raya Aidilfitri awal 2 bulan setengah lalu, ya. Tetapi sebenarnya dia tak faham implikasi daripada masa itu. Tetapi minggu yang kedua, ketiga telah ada kesan dari segi psikologi di mana orang rasa marah. Seperti yang kita berkabung, orang start rasa marah. Dan minggu ketiga, keempat, orang dah mula bargaining. Kenapa berapa lama lagi kita dalam keadaan macam ni, bila lagi pemerintah nak buka pintu dan sebagainya. Dan lepas itu, kalau masih kita tahan lagi lama sedikit, because kita punya MCO atau PKP yang kuat itu selama 2 bulan, lebih kurang 2 bulan ataupun 7 minggu. So pada minggu ke-7, ke-8 itu orang dah rasa depressed, despair. Dia dah macam pasrah, terserah.
Terserah. Yes.
Dah tak tahu nak buat apa, ya. Dah nak mengadu pun tak boleh mengadu dah. Orang tak dengar, ya. Lepas tu baru-baru ini baru kita menerima. baru je kita menerima. Tetapi macam kata tadi, pemerintah terpaksa memikirkan apa cara terbaik. Dia longgarkan sedikit the MCO about 2 weeks ago. Maka keadaan dia berubah kepada normal, tapi normal yang baru. Macam yang berada di Indonesia juga, ada banyak isu di mana rakyat kita kadang-kadang takut untuk keluar, takut dijangkiti oleh COVID. Rakyat semakin menjaga dari segi physical distancing, dan kadang-kadang ada pergaduhan apabila ada yang tak mau mendengar kata. Contohnya, you're in a mall and the person behind you wants to get close to you, and you look at him and he still wants to get close to you. So there's arguments that happen because of this as well. Also, there is also the issue of guilt apabila bersalaman. Kita pun sama jugalah, kadang-kadang kita macam ni kan, tak nak bersalaman, tapi orang tu dah hulur tangan, kita pun kadang-kadang tak sure. So, kadang-kadang kita hulur, jabat, terus spray, terus basuh.
It's gonna be so awkward.
Yeah, so in a way we have to, there's a lot of new norms that some people have not yet endorsed into. Sama juga dengan Aidilfitri yang akan berlaku ni, there's a lot of in a way confusion or anxiety in terms of what do we do when we go and see our elders. Kan biasanya di Aidilfitri kita bermaaf-maafan, salam-salaman. Masalahnya zaman COVID nak pegang orang pun kita takut. Right? Kalau dulu nak aja pegang kawan girlfriend punya tangan, tapi sekarang nak pegang tangan dia pun dah takut.
Yes.
Because we don't know where the virus is going to be. So this is the kind of the kind of psychological issues that we've faced. Now, in terms of the population, what has happened is that macam kita kata di Malaysia, and we've seen it in the West, di mana walaupun kita semua berada dalam keadaan COVID yang sama, tetapi our experience in the journey of COVID is different. Because, for example, maybe my house is more comfortable than my friend's house. I have an extra room or two that I can have some space, whereas my friend doesn't have that space. So, lagi lama kita berada dalam bentuk PKP itu, we notice that there is a lot of social disparity that is more noticeable than before. Dulu nampak, tapi ni lebih jelas. Apa dia panggil, terang lebih bersuluh kan. Macam kalau tak nampak tu buta lah nama dia. Because it's really obvious kan that people are struggling. Also, we also noticed at this point of time that there are people like us that might earn a wage, that means a monthly wage, but there are also people that earn day wage, apa dia panggilnya, gaji hari. So apabila satu negara berada dalam keadaan terkurung, kita masih mendapat sedikit bantuan gaji, tetapi kawan kita yang kerja hari memang langsung tak ada. So kita terperasan bahawa ada satu golongan masyarakat yang terkesan dengan lebih banyak, dan maka isu stres dia lebih tinggi daripada yang satu lagi kumpulan. So inilah antara beberapa isu yang kita dapat rasakan di community. Tetapi the one that we're discussing today juga adalah mengenai kawan-kawan kita di frontline.
Exactly.
So there's two different types of stress. For the ones in at home, kalau dia memahami situasi, dia akan bersyukur. Tetapi kalau dia tak memahami situasi, dia marah. Macam kita bincangkan tadi. Kenapa dia tak boleh keluar? Kenapa tak boleh membuat duit? Kenapa? Banyak kenapa lah. Tetapi kalau macam kita di frontline pula, kalau boleh kita semua nak duduk di rumah. Kita tak mau pergi ke depan. Kalau kita lah. Tapi kita terpaksa kerana kita warga kesihatan. So macam mana pun kita terpaksa mengharungi COVID dan juga membantu rakyat walaupun kita mungkin tak bersedia dari segi psikologinya, dari segi maklumatnya, dari segi peralatannya. And this is the one that we have learned this time in Malaysia, where thankfully our friends and also our people help a lot by donating the equipment.
Oh wow!
Because you know the thing with this COVID, they call it a novel virus. So kalau tak faham, novel tu maknanya it's never been seen before. It's a new virus.
Baru.
Baru. Tak, memang tak tahu, tak pernah jumpa benda ni. Dan kita tak tahu how it acts kan. Mula-mula kita kata macam flu. Tetapi dia flu yang berpanjangan. Dan baru-baru ni they talked about that this COVID is not like a flu. It's a little bit different. So basically the science is evolving. And at the time when we started our MCO and the cases were rising, we were seeing places like Italy crash. China just managed to get out, but they're not so sure what's going on. Not a lot of people knew how to treat COVID. So this is scary, ya. Dia macam kalau dalam bidang kita ni ada masalah skizofrenia tapi tak tahu apa benda skizofrenia tu. Nampak orang tu bercakap seorang diri, perubahan tingkah laku, tetapi kita tak tahu apa nama penyakit ni. Apatah lagi ubat yang perlu digunakan, rawatan yang perlu. So sama macam COVID ini. Di mana we have no idea what this is. We know it's a virus. Dan masa tu ada banyak maklumat yang salah kan. Sama ada dia disebabkan oleh apa dipanggil droplets ataupun dia disebabkan oleh airborne. Kalau airborne tu kita dah kena pakai yang mask macam zaman World War I tu.
Like biohazard one,
Biohazard, yeah. So masa tu there's a lot of confusion. What is it? And the worst thing is that untuk kita yang berada di perubatan pula, kalau rakyat dah takut, apatah lagi kita dah kena jumpa ya.
No, we know what's going to happen, right?
Masa tu kalau tak demam pun rasa macam demam kan, sikit-sikit rasa demam ke tak. Kalau rasa macam ada geli dekat kerongkong pun tak pasti nak batuk ke tak. Takut batuk nanti orang kata kita ada COVID kan masa tu. So there's a lot of confusion masa tu, you know. In fact, masa tu walaupun rasa tak sihat pun kena nampak macam sihat. Takut kalau dia kata, "Oh, Dr Santi tak sihat." Terus dia ingatkan COVID masa tu. So stigma pun agak tinggi juga semasa itu. Dan kita kawan-kawan kita yang di frontline itu lebih terkesan dari segi psikologinya because of the stress that they had at that point of time. So what we did, I think the good thing that we did, at least our people did, was to provide the PPE. Because at least you feel protected. I mean, if you and me have to go to the front line, and I have to share with all our friends here, kalau doktor psikiatri psikiater kena pergi ke front line, maknanya semua doktor lain dah tak ada. Maknanya doktor A&E sudah sakit ataupun mati. Doktor-doktor lain semua dah tak ada, dah terpaksa panggil kita. So jangan sampai kita ke depan ya. Ke depan tu dah bahaya.
Right.
So, baik kita duduk di rumah saja. Tapi at that point when you have a lot of fear, at least if you're protected kan. Ni macam pergi ke peperangan lah. Kalau kita ada pistol, tahu guna tak apa, tapi at least kita ada pistol. Ini kalau kita pergi dengan water cannon, ni macam nak mencari maut sajalah. So it's the same thing with regards to COVID. So at least the people gave us PPE. They gave us a mask. They made sure that we had the equipment. So you are more confident to actually try your luck to help your people. Because the next level after that is once the people are sick, we have the problem where there's no idea of what to treat. So what we did in Malaysia, and I think this is something that colleagues in Indonesia might want to do if they haven't done yet, is to have consistent CME. Continue medical education. Supaya semua faham apa yang berlaku di negara itu atau kat Malaysia kita, everybody knew what's happening in Malaysia in terms of the health provision for people that are COVID positive. So even people like me can join in the CME and learn so that we are informed about the illness. We're informed about what we can do for people if they are ill. So this is what we did, a little bit that we did that I think helps quite a lot because the more knowledge we have as doctors, I think the more we are empowered to help. And if we are protected from to the best of the ability, then we are more confident to do our job. So that's the thing that I think that's the thing that we did quite well. To me lah, di Malaysia.
There's a theory about contagion theory. If I'm not mistaken, there's a book about it. It's called Study of Popular Mind in France. And this book is focused on how a crowd of people could turn the nature on an individual toward the same attitude. And I think this will affect the health worker attitude as well. I mean, when our colleagues, they got anxiety or depression, it could affect all the team, right?
Yep, definitely.
And then, and of course, this is not only about the infection itself, I mean, the virus infection, but also about how their behavior with anxiety and depression will do the induction to other colleagues. Do you have any comment about that?
Yeah. So we know that from China, because of the COVID, there was a study that was done in Wuhan where the virus came out, where what they found was in the front line, a number of them, I think about 45% of them had problems with anxiety, in fact, distress. About
Yeah,
55, I think, was distress, and then it was anxiety, and then depression, and then sleep. So
sleep.
we had the same problem in Malaysia. Our colleagues that were on the front line for long periods of time were starting to develop problems with mental health issues. So the good thing is that again, my friend Dr. Nora Shikin from the Ministry of Health, she recognized this problem early. So she implemented the PFA, Psychological First Aid, program for frontliners dulu, awal. And what she did
Awal.
was awal. Memang macam minggu pertama dia dah macam terus ada this program. Dan yang penting tu dia melibatkan NGO. Because apa dia panggil ni dari segi isu kesihatan ni, isu kesihatan semasa pandemik ini dia satu negara terlibat. Dan tak mungkin kita ada ramai psikiatris di Malaysia untuk membantu ataupun psikologis. Contohnya di psikiatris di Malaysia cuma 400 orang sahaja. Dan semasa itu mereka pun terlibat di peringkat daerah, di peringkat negeri, di peringkat hospital. So ada banyak peringkat yang sebenarnya 400 tu dah dibahagi-bahagikan. So kita memerlukan bantuan daripada sokongan lain. So my friend, she got 18 NGOs related to mental health to work together in Central, di Putrajaya. So di situ mereka they built a program called the Mental Health Psychosocial Service, which was centrally put to take care of all the frontliners di daerah-daerah dan hospital-hospital kerajaan, hospital pemerintah. Di samping tu juga setiap hospital pun ada diberikan SOP diberikan SOP untuk ditubuhkan, untuk menubuhkan MHPSS group masing-masing di hospital-hospital. So di hospital saya pun kita ada juga konteks, kita ada juga servis ini, di mana kita pada mulanya hanya membantu frontline. So we will do psychological first aid for our frontline dahulu. Apabila semua frontline kita dah dijaga, kita mula pergi ke yang COVID positif. Because yang COVID positif tu bila dia dikurung di ward, dia mesti dikurung untuk sekurang-kurangnya 14 hari. Dan masa itu tak ada pelawat. So pastinya psikologi mereka pun terkesan juga pada masa itu. So kita lepas kita dah jaga dia, dan kita jaga keluarga dia pula. Because keluarga dia pun ada stigma masa itu. Kalau katakan keluarga saya ada yang COVID positif, maka dia kena kurung di hospital 14 hari, saya kena kurung di rumah 14 hari. Kan yang konteks A, B, C tu. So kalau A positif, B yang jumpa dengan A kena kurung. Dan kalau dia pula disaring, kalau dia positif, C jadi B, kita jadi A untuk yang kawan kita, dan dia akan macam tu lah. Tetapi kalau kita negatif, maka C dia selamat. So A kawan kita dan kita saja yang terpaksa dikurung, tapi dia dikurung di hospital, kita kurung di rumah. So kita pun akan ada masalah kesihatan psikologi dan mental kerana kita isolated. Ada kawan saya seorang ni, dia balik daripada overseas, terpaksa dikurung di bilik. Because rumah dia kecil, dia tak boleh keluar bilik. So mak dia akan kata pukul 7 pagi, you buka pintu, seketika kita letak makanan, lepas tu you tutup pintu. Untuk 14 hari, Santi. 14 hari. Dan bilik dia tak ada tingkap.
What is tingkap?
Window. It has no window. It has no window. You just imagine. 14
Yes.
days in a
Yeah.
room without
Mm.
a window. Oh my God, I think I can also go crazy. So,
Yeah.
so these kind of
You
people
don't
yang
look like
kita
three days.
betul. So this is the kind of people that we also did the MHPSS juga. So hospital, doktor-doktornya, pesakit yang COVID positif, keluarga pesakit. Lepas tu bila kita dah kawal semua yang ini, baru kita ada NGO yang buka kepada orang ramai. Because remember, satu negara terkurung pada masa itu. So the whole country is in their homes. Some of them might be more affected than others. So at least they can call. There's a phone line that they can call in to
Mm.
help. So this is what we did here, which I think helped a lot in for our friends.
Yeah. Do you guys wait for a call from your colleagues whether they have any anxiety or depression, or you guys do like screening to the?
Okay, that's a good question. So, at the very beginning, we waited. To be fair, when we
Oh,
first started, we waited, but then we realized that many people were not macam dia bukan were not willing. I think maybe they were just too distressed to call. So
yes.
what we did, at least in my hospital, is that we identified all the frontliners
Mm.
that were involved with COVID screening or involved with people caring for COVID. So
Mm.
selagi dia terlibat secara langsung dengan pesakit COVID, kita akan call dia.
Okay.
Kita akan call dia. Dan masa you buat PFA tu, as you know, psychological first aid, it's
Yeah.
not so challenging in the sense that we are not there to treat the person. We are
Mm.
just there to support the person so that
Yeah.
they will know where they can find the help and there won't be any guessing. So the moment we call them, we ask how they're doing, we listen to them and their problems, and then we subsequently ask them if they need our help for anything. And if they say they need some help, we will refer them to the right people. So
Yeah.
that, you know, when I did the PFA, my colleagues felt a lot of relief. Ya, kita telefon dia pun dia rasa, because pada masa itu, kan dia kadang-kadang dia rasa dia keseorangan saja.
Yeah.
Dia, you know, kalau you pakai PPE tu,
Yes.
your vision pun dah hilang dah. You tengok
Yeah.
depan je macam robot kan. You have to,
Exactly.
so it sometimes can be very isolating. Cakap pun macam
Yeah.
susah nak dengar. And then you have a mask and the shield and everything. It's sometimes goggles as well. So I
Yeah.
think it can be quite isolating. And every time you want to do the screening, you feel scared. Every time you want to take care of the patient, you feel scared because this virus is very virulent. Dia memang
Yeah.
boleh affect orang tu dengan cepat. Contohnya macam kita tengok di Indonesia kan, ada yang saya baca di kubur tu dia buka ni terus semua yang berada di situ terjangkit. So it's very infectious, this
Yes.
virus. So kalau kita tak jaga kawan kita tu, kadang-kadang dia rasa macam dia seorang-seorang saja. Dan I think I read
Yeah.
recently, some friends of ours in Indonesia are starting to feel that way kan, the frontliners.
Yeah.
Because dia
Yeah.
terpaksa kerja 24 hours
Yeah.
dan banyak sangat kes yang datang,
Yeah.
maka dia rasa macam dia dah mula penat. So
Yeah.
itu yang kita kena tolong dia.
Because teman-teman di frontliner, they have double burden, right? They have to be particularly psychological burden because they have to be someone who taking care of the patient, but they also
Yep.
have the fear of being infected, and they have to be like in the same place with the client with highly infectious. So I think,
Yep.
yeah.
Very scary. Very
Yeah, right.
scary.
There's a question there. Do you have any experience of the side effect from COVID drugs to the psychological, I mean, the effect on psychological on our client?
Okay, so at the moment, I think the verdict is still quite new.
Yeah.
I can tell you that if you want to know the real story of this COVID, at the very beginning, before they talk about a possible medication, kan, remdesivir, they were
Yeah.
really trying. They were really trying everything.
Hmm.
So you know, they tried and the patient died. They tried and the patient died, and then they found a drug that might work. That's why the old malaria drug tu was said
Yeah,
to maybe be helpful. Bukan apa, masa tu kita cuba je apa rawatan yang boleh dicuba. That's why I
yeah.
said that the CME was very powerful because during the CME, my colleagues in infectious disease were sharing with us about the cases that came and the treatment that was given. So
Mm.
even for us yang tak jaga case itu pun, kita dapat melihat konteks dan apa rawatan yang diberi. But in terms of the question that was asked by our friends kat sini, it's too early to know because
Mm.
the pandemic is still ongoing. Kita baru
Yeah,
di Malaysia pun baru minggu ke-10 lebih kurang. Indonesia, I think, is about a month later than us.
yeah,
So they are starting to feel it. We will not really know the psychological effects of the medication until after this pandemic is over.
yeah,
Then we will find out whether those who are on those medications, whether they have side effects or not. It's also hard to see whether there is psychological side effect because if you're diagnosed with COVID, you are psychologically impacted.
yeah,
Tak payah kasih ubat lagi, you diberitahu you ada COVID positif pun saya pasti you akan ada psychological impact.
yeah.
Lepas tu bila kita datang kat rumah you dengan PPE
Yes.
because you're
With
positive,
ambulance.
you sure psychological affected kedua. Lepas tu kita kata Dr Santi tak boleh tinggal di rumah, mesti datang ke rumah sakit dan duduk di situ untuk 14 hari. Sure, you're psychologically going to be affected. Dan semasa you duduk dekat hospital 14 hari itu, seorang-seorang, telefon pun tak boleh, nak jumpa orang pun tak boleh, basically alone, keluarga yang datang pun they cannot come, your family cannot come. I'm very sure you're going to be psychologically affected. And if you get the complication of COVID, before the medication is given, I'm pretty sure you're depressed.
Yes.
So, it's hard to say. So we will only find out later once the pandemic is over whether there's going to be problems with the medication that we've given to our friends in the past.
Yeah. Do you think when this pandemic is over, then all the psychological things stop as well? I don't think so because I think
No. In fact, it'll be worse. People like me are expecting a mental health crisis in the fourth quarter keempat. Because as I discussed tadi mula-mula tu, pada mulanya kita ada health crisis. So kita punya psychological consequences or effect is because of the health crisis. Tapi the moment the lockdown is lifted, it will be an economic crisis. And as we know, financial health is mental health. So kalau banyak yang isu keuangan, they will definitely be affected mentally. So di Malaysia, my prediction is in the fourth quarter. Why do I say fourth quarter? Because di Malaysia, we have put in some economic stimulus.
Oh, wow.
Kita beri bantuan kepada rakyat untuk 6 bulan.
Okay.
So 6 bulan akan habis bulan 9. So
September.
bulan September. So masa tu sekarang ni kita punya apa dia panggil sewa kereta, sewa rumah, bank loans boleh defer. Boleh ditunda ya. Tapi bulan 10 semua datang balik.
Yeah. We do the same thing.
So kalau siapa-siapa yang sekarang ni pun telah tenat, nanti bulan 10 akan lagi tenat. So kita tahu bahawa setiap kali ada kegawatan ekonomi, there's a financial crisis. Di Malaysia it was 97 and 2008, I remember very clearly. The levels of mental health issues would rise.
Yeah.
So, going back to your question, my prediction is that in fourth quarter, we will have a crisis if we don't do anything about it now.
Yeah.
That's why you see me really like macam menjerit-jerit, shouting, trying to get people to say, hey, listen, we need to do something. Because yang saya risaukan tu isu bunuh diri, Santi. Because orang akan tertekan, orang akan tak tahu nak ke mana, isu keuangan dah datang, dan masalah-masalah lain kita pun tak boleh tahu kan, kesihatan dan sebagainya, maka dia akan meningkatkan risiko tu.
Memang membaca membaca kasus SARS terdahulu in China 10 or 12 years ago, the post-traumatic disorder after the pandemic itu masih berlangsung ya. They're still going on. I mean,
Yep.
The trauma of being quarantined, the trauma of being isolated, itu berakhir sampai dengan ke depression. And as you mentioned before, khawatirnya adalah nanti ke arah bunuh diri, right?
Yep. In fact, just now I just met my research assistant yang first time datang ke tempat kerja selepas 2,5 bulan.
Oh.
First time keluar daripada rumah lepas 2,5 bulan. And she told me that she's scared. So we expect this kan. Tetapi macam saya, masa saya mula-mula masa tu pun saya tak takut kerana saya di rumah, masuk kereta, terus ke tempat kerja dan yang saya kenali, tak ke mana-mana lain, masuk balik kereta, balik ke rumah. Yang kita takut ni sekarang ni bila kita pergi berjalan-jalan. Because the COVID is in the community. So walaupun kita nampak sihat kita berdua ni, kita mungkin pembawa COVID.
Yes.
So okay, I get very worried. I'm more worried about my parents.
What you call it in Malaysia? People without any symptoms, but they have the COVID, but they don't have any symptoms. We call it here, orang tanpa gejala.
Orang tanpa gejala kita lebih kurang lah kot. Asymptomatic.
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 Yeah.
Tapi the fact is that we might be COVID, but we have no symptom.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we are active. We can spread it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So itu sebab sekarang ni yang kita khawatir tu bila kita tengok kiri kanan tak tahu siapa yang ada COVID.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's important for everybody, all our friends here, that I think in this stage, this new normal, we have to assume everybody is a potential COVID carrier. So jangan bersalam-salaman, jangan berdekat-dekatan, dan kalau batuk, sakit, jangan datang kerja, duduk di rumah. Because we really don't know whether we are the carrier or we are the infected at this stage. It's very difficult to tell.
One of the things that happen in Indonesia, when people come to the hospital, they lie about their previous history. They don't say the truth. Jadi itu yang membuat teman-teman health workers become more and more anxious because they don't know whether this client saying the truth or probably they hide something from them, and they say they only have like fever, 1-day fever, or maybe the second day of fever, and then when they do the screening, then they found COVID.
We had that as well. We had the same case. In fact, let's have a look at some of the questions here, Santi. There's one question I see here by Rokmawati. Dia tanya, aplikasi PFA pada petugas kesihatan di layanan Prima. Di Malaysia, ya betul. Kita kasih kepada Prima. Tapi yang memberi PFA itu daripada unit kesihatan mental di peringkat preventive health dan juga mental health yang berada di Putrajaya Central. So that's how we did it di situ. Tetapi untuk hospital base di Jabatan Psikiatri yang akan mengelola ataupun membantu hospital untuk memberikan PFA kepada semua doktor-doktor frontline. That's what we did in Malaysia. So that was ini ada satu soalan interesting ni. Ada soalan daripada Sandy dia tanya, what is the best supplement to avoid COVID? Soalan supplement ni sensitif, Sandy. Tetapi yang boleh dikatakan adalah apa-apa yang membuatkan kita punya immunity better is okay. I think it's very important to keep healthy.
And still so many theories around the supplements. Some of some of the theories said vitamin C, E, D, but some say, right. So many controversy on that. It's depend on the pharmacy. Which pharmacy?
For us, we don't give any specific recommendation. But if you eat healthy, you exercise at your home, and you keep healthy, then God willing, you'll be able to be okay. And again, it's very important for us to understand the risk factor. Kan? The risk factor is going to be those who are above 65, those with medical complication, yang ada masalah-masalah perubatan lain. So those yang healthy, insyaAllah, risiko sangat kecil. Bukan kata tak ada langsung, ada tapi sangat kecil. Kalau
Yeah.
anak muda pun dia kecil juga, tetapi bukan tak boleh kena, tapi dia jadi asymptomatic carrier. Macam kata ya, yang tak bergejala. So in fact dia lagi bahaya, dia akan membawa kepada orang lain.
Yeah, carrier.
So it's the carrier. So you don't want to be a carrier. So for all of you here, if you're from Indonesia, you read recently in Malaysia, there was somebody who for some reason managed to cross the border, from the red zone into the green zone, and now the green zone is now a yellow zone.
Oh wow.
So you don't want to be a carrier. So kalau Bali sudah green, janganlah pergi daripada Jakarta, dia mungkin red, terus Bali jadi yellow nanti.
Travel back to Bali.
Dan kalau yang green pula, kalau boleh janganlah pergi ke red. So you tak sakit, you pergi ke red, berarti you sakit. So it's that infectious lah.
Yes, just stop moving.
Just stop moving, just stay at your place, Dia ini norma baru, memang kena tinggal di tempat masing-masing, kalau boleh jangan gerak-gerak sangat.
Yeah. Okay. There's a question in here from Given Unique. In Indonesia, economic preparation and awareness to pandemic is kind of low. I read your post about buckle up of economic impact. How we should prepare about it?
I think this is quite personal in terms of how we buckle about it, because I don't know what's everyone's financial situation. But what I can advise is that if your financial situation is not that good, then you should start saving. If your financial situation is good, then make sure that you start budgeting. If your financial situation is very poor, then I think you should start thinking on how to make more and at the same time reducing your costs. Because the current prediction is that the economic implications will be a little bit longer than we would like it to be. So kita kena semua bersedia lah untuk situasi sebegitu. Yang penting tu at least kita memikirkannya, Santi. Dan kepada kawan kita J Vinci ni, at least kita memikirkannya, because kalau kita tak fikirkannya, yang pemerintah dah kasih kita sedikit kelonggaran, penangguhan, kita belanja semua duit tu kan. Dulu kena bayar kereta, kena bayar rumah, tiba-tiba semua tu datang balik kat kita. Saya sudah kaya, terus beli barang, lepas tu tiba-tiba bulan 10 datang bankrupt. So kita tak nak macam tu, kan? So we have to prepare ourselves lah for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah. Another question from Armani Rockstar. How has the government, both Malaysia and Indonesia, prepared to support citizens in terms of mental health during this crisis? Referring to citizens that have been home the past months. I think you can answer from the Malaysia.
So Malaysia side, like I said, we did the mental health psychosocial support, which is available for all the Malaysians. There's a phone line that you can call in for free. That you can get in, and then a lot of us have been doing advocacy on the mass media and also alternative media to share with our people on how they can take care of their health during their mental health during this period of time. So we've even done it to the level of the state level, the lower level, as much as we can. But of course, not everybody gets it, but at least we're trying.
Yeah. And there's another question. How's Malaysian see this pandemic from the spiritual point of view? Because some of the beliefs say that we should scare to the God more rather than the virus.
Betul, tapi kita kena berusaha. So we still have to, there's a lot of debate about this, di mana people have lots of views on it, but the view is that we know what it is, we have to protect ourselves. At the same time, it is an opportunity for us to reflect on our lifestyles. So, we cannot just terserah, kan? Itu bukan Itu
Yeah.
dia panggil, kita bukan redha menerima virus datang, kita kena protect ourselves juga dan berusaha. So, we take it that way. That's how we've done it.
Yeah. And I think spiritual leader, they hold like important roles on making our
Yep,
community to stay
united.
obey to
Yep.
the government order, yeah.
Penting ya, penting. Kita di Malaysia at least dengan kita punya apa dia panggil, ada satu menteri agama ni, he's a PhD holder. So
Oh, okay.
thank God, yeah. So Dr. Zul Al-Bakri, he's a PhD holder. So he's very scientific in the way that he thinks about the situation based on the religion aspect, and I think he's been
Okay.
very consistent in asking us to follow the science at the moment.
Yeah. I think this is going to be the last question. Do you have any advice how to reduce the anxiety and depression level on our colleagues, healthcare colleagues in the front line on facing this pandemic?
Okay, so I think the first thing is that our colleagues in the front line need to understand that they, just like us, have the risk of developing anxiety, depression, and issues with mental health. That's the first thing. So once they acknowledge that they can have this problem, then the second thing is, what do you do about it? So untuk kawan-kawan kita di frontline ini, mereka mesti ingat bahawa dia masih lagi manusia, dia bukan superhero.
Yeah.
So pastikan tidur itu dengan baik. Kita faham dia nak tolong orang, tetapi kalau dia sakit, dia tak boleh tolong siapa-siapa pun. So pastikan tidur okey. Kedua itu, pastikan makan makanan yang sihat.
Yeah.
Ketiga itu, pastikan bahawa ada aktiviti bersenam. Masih lagi ada aktiviti bersenam. Keempat, pastikan bahawa ada cara-cara untuk relaksasi. So it's very important for them to understand and know how to do at least one relaxation exercise. So kalau kita lihat dari segi kajiannya, dia selalu mengatakan bahawa yang paling baik adalah mindfulness. Tetapi kadang-kadang mindfulness ni dia sedikit kompleks. So I would encourage them at least to do breathing exercises.
Okay.
Yeah? Yang kelima yang telah diperkatakan sering adalah self-care. So pastikan bahawa semua anggota kesihatan ada beberapa cara untuk self-care. So self-care is any activity that you do that you enjoy, that the full reason for it is to actually maintain your physical, mental, and social well-being. So it can be anything. It can be watching television, it can be talking to family and friends, it can be playing games, it can be exercising. The most important thing is to identify one or two and make sure you do it. Because when you're on the front line, you think that you really need to save the world. But actually, you want to save the world, we want you to save the world, but there are many of you. And if each of you start getting unwell, then nobody can save the world. So it's very important for all of us to help each other to make sure that if our friend is tired, let them sleep. Make sure they take their rest. Kadang-kadang ada satu patient ni, doktor ni dia dah sakit lepas dia jadi frontline. Sebabnya kerana dia rasa dia kena kerja setiap hari. Cuti-cuti pun dia datang walaupun dia tak perlu datang. No, take that leave. It's very important for you to take that leave because your body can only take so much stress. And the issue with COVID is so unpredictable. So we don't know whether it's a day, a month, or 3 months, or 6 months. So just like war, you have to reserve as much energy as you can when you can. And then when you are asked to serve, you serve. But if you're sick, you cannot help. So it's very important for them to be healthy during that time.
Yeah, I think thinking about
Dr.
ourselves.
Andri sudah datang ni, bahaya dah ni Santi. Superhero dah datang.
Superhero, exactly. So I think thinking about ourselves sometimes it doesn't mean becoming a selfish, right? Because doctor is a human being too. So we need to taking care of ourselves. Otherwise, we can taking care of others, right?
Yes, it's very important. So you have to take care of yourself, Santi.
Too many lives, Anji.
Too many lives. Saya rasa saya dengan Dr. Andri pun tak sebanyak live Dr. Santi ya.
No, I do this to spread positive message to
Ini
Okay.
takut you punya self care ya, Santi.
Okay, well, I think we should wrap this up, but before we finish our meeting today, I would like to remind our viewers that tomorrow we will have Dr. Harley. We will talking about COVID-19 myth and fact. So
Wow.
don't miss it. It's gonna be on 1 p.m. tomorrow. I should taking care of myself.
Ya. Tapi saya di klinik masa itu. Bekerja di
Yeah,
praktik.
you are everywhere, right? Well, thank you so much, Dr. Amir, for this lovely evening, and
Thank you for having me.
and thank you for everyone who's been joining our conversation this evening. Hopefully, our discussion will give so much positivity, and I want to say that I'm hoping so much that this pandemic gonna be end soon, and we can
Yeah.
do like the normal things.
I need to go to Jogja. I need to go to Jogja.
Yeah. We should.
Kena cari apa trail ada apa dengan cinta.
Oh yeah. You should come. It's
Kita tak
gereja
habis lagi.
soon. Hopefully soon. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Amir. Have a great weekend, and I wish for the best. And everyone, please stay safe. Hopefully we can see you all soon. Thank you so much, Dr. Amir.
Okay,
Bye.
selamat Hari Raya. Kita jumpa lagi.
Selamat Hari Raya ya. Selamat Lebaran. I'll see you.
Lebaran. Okay, we'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.